Right, a friend of mine has got a Mini. We was talking about how difficult it is to get the Mini up in the air on jack stands when you have to use the jacking points to jack the Mini up. So I know a lot of people know about this, but I thought I would just post what I do, and I think is widely used. I've seen it used in loads of places. So all you need is your jack, a bit of wood, size, that's my foot, size 10. You put the wood on top of the jack and then you jack it up to a certain place on the car. Now it's sort of in line with the door mirror where we're going to go and hit, so I'll go under the car. What we're after is getting this piece of wood here, and what that is a reinforcement on the chassis of the vehicle. So if you can get your piece of wood on that, straddling it, you can lift the car up on jack stands. So I'll just position that now so you can see it. Okay, so that's the jack positioned. You can see you don't have to be super accurate as long as the piece of wood is load spreading on that bracket, then you're fine. Also as well, from the edge of that bracket down to where the sill line is, you're looking at about 7 inches. So the head of the jack has to go in past the sill line about 7 inches and you will hit it. So it's quite easy. The idea is just jack it up. I'll show you what I'll do next. Okay, so just jacked it up and got it to a position where it's just lifted off the jack stands. Okay, as you can see there's a bit of a gap under the jack stands. All you do then, let's connect the jack stands, drop them down to the lowest position, because this is jacked up quite high. Let's just see if we can. Okay, and you can see the other side's jacked up the same height. And this one, I'm going to drop down onto these jack stands now, and then I'm going to go over the other side and then drop that down onto the floor, come back to this side and drop it onto the jack stand, drop it onto the floor. The reason why I do this in 2 stages is because the car gets quite unstable when you're dropping it from such a big height. So having this side at a lower level makes it a lot more stable lower. Okay, let's see if I can just do this now nice and gently. Right, so very gently, normally I like to use 2 hands, very gently dropping down. Keeping your eye on both jacking points, and then we've landed. So before we put the full weight on, just check that the both jacking points are okay. This is good enough, and then lower the jack. Oh, okay, so if you have a look where the jack's positioned, here is the wing mirror, and the jack handle is in line with the wing mirror. Now you can go that way a little bit or you can go that way a little bit, but as long as it's about in line with the mirror and the jack is inserted under the car about 7 inches from the sill line, you should be in the right position, because you might be able to see it when you've got your belly pans on. Okay, over the other side now. Okay, so as you can see, jack is positioned about in line with the wing mirror, and under the car with the piece of wood on it. And as you can see, the car at the back, it's leaning, obviously because one side's higher than the other. So this one we're going to drop down to floor level, and we'll be withdrawing the jacks, and then we'll go around the other side and drop the other side down to floor level. Okay, so I'm just going to jack it up now, and again we're looking the same place. Just looking to get it onto this reinforcement part, this box section. And if I just use the quick jack, oh, I can't do it with two hands. I've got to use two hands. Right, I'll just jack this up and I'll come back. Okay, so I've jacked her up. As you can see, the axle stands are just off. So make sure I don't turn the camera off again like I did just. So again, pull the safety pin, drop the jack down, move the jack out of the way. Now I use a little bit of wood under one of my stands when I'm jacking it up. It's not very thick. The reason being, if I find with my car, when I jack my car up here, when you're lowering it down onto the jack stands and you've got it to the highest point, not all three jack stands touch. One is slightly off, and it could be on the front, it could be on the rear. So all I do is I've just got a little small piece of wood that goes underneath the stand, just to make sure that all 4 points are contacted. So again, in fact I'll just pull that straight out. Right, so I've withdrawn the jack stands and I'm just going to lower it down now. Nice and slowly. You can see the rear tyres coming down before the front, which is normal for this car. Nice and slow. Get this side on the floor. Okay, low profile jack. Add this one from Halford's Advanced. There's the wood out, and then we're going to go and drop the other side now. Alright, jack's in the position for the last lift. So I haven't checked this, I've just positioned it as I said that you would do, with jack handle by the door mirror, and about 7 inches in. So let's just jack this up a little bit and see how it works out. Probably just need to go a little bit further in on this one. To there, it's about 2 inches. Just move the jack if that. And just make sure that it's in line, and then we're underneath it. Okay. Ooh. And then I've got 2 hands to jack this up, so I'll be back in a minute. Right, so that's been jacked up. You can see the front axle stand is clear. The rear axle stand is a lot more clear. Need that painting. So I'm just going to pull the axle stands out. Move them out of the way. Move my lights out of the way. Pull this one out. And then again, nice and slowly down to the ground, and then pull it out. Yeah, and that is now sitting on the ground, ready to be driven. Well, first thing I've got to do is try and tighten up this this bolt here. That'll be interesting. Up to 165 Newton meters. Might let the guys do that who are doing the alignment, because it's up to 120 now. I did 220 just so it would sit right. Sounds like Ollie's just turned up. Right, and I've put 8mm on the shock at the back, and that is looking too big a gap for me, so I might have to take some out. Let's see how it settles. Eye up. He's definitely going to get an Aspo with that. He's just had it tuned, mapped. I think he's running about 450, 500 brake horsepower now. Unbelievable. Right, so I'm going to put this lot away. So if you want to know how to jack your car up, jacking is the reverse of what I've just done. One side up to the low level on the jack stand, other side up to a higher level, the higher level you want to work on the vehicle. Back to the other side, jack the other side up. Just be careful, take your time. Doesn't look right, stop. Because you don't have an accident to drop your car when you got it on the jacks, on the stands. Okay, so I'm going now. See you later.